Hi, Chris.
Hey, Sean.
So we are here in Ned Goodwin's survival bunker.
Mhm.
Something you'll notice, dear player, is all of his journalistic writings and logs are all over the walls, and you may or may not have read them. And you may or may not have read them because Firewatch isn't really a game that makes you passively digest written materials, like a game like Gone Home, or a game that tells all of its story through logs and journals you find around the world. And that was kind of a design challenge, as a lot of this game was, because so much, when you pick up an important note in Firewatch, Henry will sort of react, and then when you tell Delilah about it, he'll condense it down to a sentence or two about what the point of it is, and then they'll have a conversation about it. But that's not really on the table here, because the helicopter's coming and Henry and Delilah are sort of a little bit further apart. We kind of walked ourselves into a challenge of being able to check all the boxes about who exactly was Ned and what exactly did he have his hand in, and then presenting you a scene that is completely passive to digest, which was difficult, I think.
Yeah, and part of the reason we have to do that is because in games that really lean on you reading a bunch of text throughout the world, generally speaking, those protagonists are either silent or they have prescribed responses to things. Our game is all the dialogue really is contingent on your choices, and so we can't assume you actually read all the words on the page. We basically had to make a call for each note, whether, okay, we're just going to let this player read it or not, or we're making the call that Henry explicitly read it in the fiction and he will state its contents or make explicit acknowledgement of the useful information inside of it. And we just had to, and it just didn't, as you say, just in Goodwin's bunker, it didn't seem to make sense to require all of that. So we basically said, okay, regardless of what Henry does, we have to allow for the player to absorb all this stuff, and we will put all the information in the story there. It's all there if you want to read it. You don't technically have to.